Hi, Ryan. Yeah, so sadly, three family friends were killed in Ukraine just over 2 weeks ago. They're all Ukrainians. Was a young father who was working in an EU member country. And when the war started, he went back home to Ukraine to try and rescue his wife and their baby daughter. And on the same night, before he was to flee with them to safety, the apartment complex got bombed and they were all killed instantly. Um, so, but besides that, I do have some UN trained indigenous colleagues. One who was in the class with me 2007, 2008 at the UN, learning the ropes of the UN system so that we could be better human rights advocates for indigenous peoples. He is trapped behind enemy lines, so I could hardly make contact with him. I can't get him out, but I do have another student, a younger lad who a few years ago I co-mentored at the UN for the same Indigenous Human Rights course, and he is in Kiev right now. I hear from him every few days, I would say. Um, he can't leave because by law now, once you're between 18 and 60 years old, you have to defend Ukraine. But we're trying to get the ladies and their children and his family out to safety. We have UN staff on the Poland side waiting to receive them that were thankfully contacted by Canadian diplomats, and they thankfully got involved because a former neighbor of ours in Barbados, here, a Canadian diplomat based here, who has remained a great family friend, he reached out to his government and asked if they could do anything to assist the UN Indigenous students that I know personally they're in danger. And so they made the effort to contact the relevant UN department that deals with refugees, and so they're on standby to assist at the border. And I myself, in my NGO, Indigenous Democracy Defense Organization, we're sending from our own pocket, sending Western Union of cash amounts to locations near the Ukraine-Poland border, so that any fleeing loved one or relative that gets there, gets that far, they'll know that everything is going to be taken care of. We have Barbadian family friends in the EU who are providing rooms in their home to help save refugee lives. So, I mean, we might be in a small island paradise far away from this quote-unquote white man's war, but let's not see it that way. All human beings deserve to be helped in any way possible, and I believe everybody can do something to help. This nonsense about, throwing up your hands in the air and saying, well, there's nothing much I can do, and, leave it to God to decide. Or no, that's not the kind of world we need to live in. We have to be our brother's keeper, and furthermore, every Barbadian should remember that part in our national pledge where we are supposed to do credit to our nation wherever we go. I try to live by that as best I can in my life, and I would certainly hope most Barbadians do the same. So I'm calling on Barbadians who have properties in the EU or have friends, good family friends or relatives in the EU willing to help save someone's life, to offer a room in their home. Contact me and I will try to I'll take you up on that offer and try to get someone to safety in the accommodation that you provide. If you can't do that, but you want to send a donation to help us to get these people to safe houses once they cross the border, you can do that too via the email that I provided to Rian. Thank you again for your interest.